You know, considering I spent so much money on these figures, you'd think I'd spend a little bit more on a good carrying thing. But I didn't. So, welcome to the Toy Review Tuesday. It is the first Toy Review Tuesday, isn't it? The previous ones are not released on Tuesday, nor are they... Well, they are toy reviews, but they didn't have that snazzy intro. So, I think the first Toy Review Tuesday we should go to is obviously one of the best figures I own. This is the Iron Man Mark L. L in Roman numerals means 50. So, this one came out, I think, early this year. Early 2018. No, 2019. Oh, Jesus. Early 2019. And I think it looks good. It's very, it's got a very dominating presence. Especially if you put it on the shelf next to guys like Thanos. One thing, let's get the bad out of the way first, okay? I'm very against this because I spent quite a bit of money on this figure, and I've just emptied a sandwich bag on it, and it comes with, look, the accessories are so light that it's unforgivable. It's like it really is. Let's get the so you get this giant instruction manual, and then you get all the, like, your accessories barely fill the table because I think this is all made to sell that big accessory pack that came out with it. Well, it was announced alongside it. It came out like what, 3 weeks after. So let's talk about the figure first. Why I like it. One of the pros I have on this toy is that it's really well done. It's just look at it. He's got the presence of this figure is through the roof. He's got good articulation. His head tilts all the way up if you want to do like a weird flying pose. If you do, obviously work the camera to it. Don't hold it like this. You can see that awkward neck joint here. He's got good body articulation. He's got the standard Iron Man ab crunch. So if you're like me and you like to play with your figures, then you'll do this and then bend him like that. He's got a good ab crunch, pretty decent. Pop him back in. He's got the standard like leg releasing flaps here and in front. That would allow you to move the legs a bit more. I think the legs have changed though. See, so you get quite a bit of leg movement there. The one thing that's missing from this, compared to some of the other figures, is that little butt release. You know, the old Iron Man, you can release their butts and they go down. It's missing that one. Other than that, I think this is your very standard Iron Man figure. It's got lights on his legs, so you can pop these panels on and put the lights on. Cool, right? Very. Oh, I can't get this back in. Very cool. Hey, it's in. So one of the things that you remember from the film is that he was very modular. Weapons come out from his hands, forming the knives and everything. Sadly for this figure, you're only given this little plasma cannon thing that he used against Drax. Might I remind you, on his right hand, this one only fits on his left. And this little cannon, which I'm gonna say he used against Thanos. The modular bits are as follow. You can take his right arm and just pull it off. So his arm just comes off, leaving behind this little stub thing. But it's got these metal connectors here. That's because the inside of this cannon, there's an LED light. So let's see which is the right way. It's probably here. Okay, in it goes, and just like that. See? And now you have like a little crab claw. I personally never use these because it's just, well, they're nice. I like the option of doing it. I prefer my Iron Man to have hands. I'm probably giving him the nice sword and everything once my accessory pack comes over. The second one is this cannon, which you have to attach by removing a fist. and then removing a panel on his wrist like that. Just dig into it, and then the cannon fits. I like these kinds of design more rather than one of my complaints was during Infinity War was how he just turned into like you know, he's got like this little jackhammer arms that do that. Yeah, so he's got like these. Now he's got this gun on his arm. Looks cool. Those are the only two weapons you get, believe it or not. Then again, Iron Man has been very accessory light over the past couple of releases. I mean, the one thing I was surprised was that it came with a standard base. Usually Iron Man has this like really spectacular looking bases, like the like if you, I'm not sure if you can see, but the Age of Ultron's one, the 45 and the 43, they're there, and they came with like this extravagant like rock bases that I think this one just maybe needed to justify that price. The one thing he also comes with is this. This is how you put the batteries in. Just take his little skull cap off. And the accessory pack also has the little damaged one. There's a reason why I don't put batteries into my Iron Man. You know, he lights up everywhere. So he lights up in the eyes, the arc reactor, these two shoulder points. I'm just gonna put him closer. These two shoulder points. At the back. Oh wait, hang on. He lights up like here as well. These two. I think he lights up at the legs here, like these two bits. And then at the back, he lights up like here, here, and here. The reason I don't put batteries into my figures is because batteries over time they tend to leak. So I've got right here an Xbox One controller. I made the mistake of leaving the batteries in the controller when I was not using it. So if you can tell from the back already, you can see like there's a little rust stain like right here. And if I take the back panel off, look at that. That is just pure rust. And then it's worse if you look into it. Like, who's gonna use that now? No one. Even I don't use it anymore. So that's what happens when you use if you leave batteries in and they start just corroding. So that's why my figures have no batteries in them. Let's talk about this now. This is like a little flight booster thing that he used in the fight against Thanos. It's really nice when you actually put it on, I'm not gonna lie. You have to lift the little back flaps off like that, and then stick your finger into the. You know, they come with a like remover sort of thing, like a little peg thing that helps you remove things. But I just like using my fingers because you know they work. So you take this bit off, close the two flaps, and then this just fits in to the holes where this left. And look at that! Look at how badass that looks. It looks like a giant fucking Tinkerbell. He looks cool. I'm not gonna lie that this is a cool looking figure. So yeah, that is that giant back piece that he's got. The next thing he has are two repulsor hands. Repulsor hands that I really like because they're not like flat. See, like this is flat, like the hands. Whereas these ones, they sort of have the little movement in the fingers, so it looks like he's holding it down like that, like you know, like an actual human being. So I prefer these hands over the older ones that they've made. The last ones you get are these articulating finger hands, which I personally don't like. If you can't see, well, maybe this focuses. You can see that there's like a little gap in between the palm and the finger, and that just throws me off. That really does. You can do weird shit like, oh look, I just one piece, or you know, even ruder gestures. But personally, I never used these hands because I just don't like them. The fist and the open repulsor hands, they're more than enough for me. Let's talk about the last thing that comes with this figure. I think everyone likes a good head sculpt. I really like this one because this one is a fantastic head that Hot Toys have, I think, got a good representation of Robert Downey's face. It's It's not bad, really, when you look at it. And I finally found the Hot Toys watermark for heads. If you want to see if your heads are like authentic Hot Toys ones, look at the back. There's a little faint Hot Toys print at the bottom of just at the neck. Not sure if that caught on camera, but it's really faint. But it's the best way to look for it. It also comes with this collar so that the neck piece when you attach it doesn't look very awkward. So let's put the neck on. Let's put the head on. Take the back booster off. By the way, the batteries are here. If you take out the back booster panel, this is where you put the batteries in. Very clever. So let's install that. You have to pull the head off. I love it. I love that this figure looks so good, because I think this is the first Iron Man figure I bought since Age of Ultron. I'm not usually. I only collect stuff from the Avengers line, as you can tell, and so unless the stand's got the word Avengers on it, I don't get it. So there you go. That's how you put the head on. Perfect. What a great figure. And I think there's not much else to say except if you want to get this figure, it stands out very nicely on its own, but with the accessory pack, I think they would turn this figure into something else entirely. So maybe consider that. I'm not telling you to buy it, because obviously it's not, to me personally, it's not worth it. But this figure alone, I think it's great as it is. I got the accessory pack only because I've got like the little spare cash lying around, so I could further enhance this figure. But if you can't, don't. But I would highly recommend getting this figure by itself, because it's just great. And you know, recently they've reissued it, so maybe the prices are not as high as you know they might be. So one last gripe about this figure, and I think it's more of a personal issue. I'm going to show you the height of this figure compared to the others. One second. Now, I don't know if you know, but Robert Downey is not exactly a tall man. He is about 5'10". Chris Hemsworth is a tall man. I think he's about 6 foot. This is them standing next to each other. What? Where? Why? I get that maybe in the film Tony Stark was 6 foot tall, but surely not. He stood next to Thor in a lot of the film, especially in like Age of Ultron. Surely this is not accurate. All right, that is the review for the Hot Toys Iron Man Mark L from Avengers Infinity War. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you like Toy Review Tuesday, and I'm going to try to make a toy review every Tuesday for as much figures as I have there first, because let's clear those that I have before we go into some other places. Alright, Toy Review Tuesday. Hopefully this is a successful first one. See you guys.